Okay, now we finish the first flow. We have to go on the tail manifold. We have to set 24, 64 on our adjustable because we are going to divert the flow again from the fixed choke, 24 fixed choke to 24, 64 adjustable choke.
Now we have to change from the fixed choke 24 to adjustable choke 24. The first thing, we have to open the downstream for the adjustable choke.
Before we adjust.
We have already there a 24, 64. The quarter turn back, and now the operator will be start to close the 5 times. Then the chief operator will be start and watch the gauge for any indication in the downstream. Now start.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, it's going. Now we have to close the downstream for the fixed choke. And check the wind direction and make big off. And we have to open for the fixed choke and check the seat and change for the 40, 64. Now we are to increase the adjustable choke to 40, 64.
Just do like
Gradually, and we have to watch the gauge, and we have one operator is still beside the heater and watch the gauge is there.
On what pressure?
900.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Now we have a stable pressure. We are flowing to the adjustable 4064, and we need to switch the flow back to the fixed choke. But at this time we will use the 4064 fixed choke. We must show it to the client before we will change it, and now we are ready to switch to the fixed choke. So the chief operator will open the downstream valve in the fixed size, and then he will coordinate with the operator to make the switch.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
In this moment it's very important to check the gauges. And then don't forget double barrier, check wind direction, and bleed up. Now we are flowing to the fixed choke 4064. We have a stable pressure and we need to take another set of readings. We send to the operator to take full set of readings for H2S, CO2, VSMW, and go to the separator. Now we are ready to flow to the separator for the second main flow. So it's advisable to check, make a double check again of all your valves. The valves that must be closed, and the ones that must be open, check it that they are open. So the first step, the chief operator will check the setting of the pressure, this time to 500 psi. We'll use the chart to set the pressure. Okay, we now have the pressure set. The next step is to set the level. At this time we have to set the level in +6 inches. That means we will have a high retention time for oil. Now we need to flow through the oil meter rotron to make the 1 minute check again and select the proper flow meter. First open the meter and close the bypass. Now he takes the initial reading, and after 1 minute the final reading to make the calculation.
3,000.
He have 3,000. It means he will use the rotron meter. After we make the 1 minute check, we need to lower the orifice size 4.250 into the lower chamber. It's the same steps that we have seen in the previous flow. So we will select again the correct size of orifice, lower into the lower chamber, and don't forget to check always here your carryover because we have high retention time for oil. So now we are ready to take set of readings. The steps are similar than in the first flow. We will have again to check an initial and check every 3 minutes the reading in the flow meter.
Now we have to check the side glass. It should be is the level more than the zero in our shrinkage tester. And then we have to check the side glass is open. Now we have to take shrinkage tester. Before we start, we check all the connections and the side glasses will be open. And we have to connect the upper scrubber from the gas outlet and confirm everything is closed. The first thing we have to make flush for scrubber with gas. We have to open the gas outlet from separator and then we have to open the bulb upper scrubber. This will be give to us the separator pressure and the gauge. Then we have to close and use the bucket and make flush. Okay, and now we have to make flush with gas in the side glass. You have to open again, and when it reach the separator pressure, you have to close and make the bucket and make flush for the side glass, and no forget to check the wind direction. Okay, and now we have to make the flush for the oil line. We have to open the valve from the side glass for the oil line and make flush from the bottom for the valve scrubber. You have to put and make check for the wind direction. We have to close, and now we have to open the gas for start to make the shrinkage. Open the gas and open the oil and still watch the level. When you reach the zero in the side glass, you have to close. Now we have the zero inside the glass and we have to close the gas and close the oil, and we need to open the upper part for the scrubber little bit. We don't need to the oil escape with the gas, and not forget to check the wind direction. And now we need just waiting for 20 minutes and 35 minutes for take the shrinkage, and we don't forget to take the temperature, and we ask about the meter factor.
Okay, after you take the shrinkage factor, you have to take again the oil specific gravity using this hydrometer, and also you all have to take BSW from oil outlet and the gas gravity.
After take 3 sets of reading, we have to bypass the bottom and then put the plate on top of chamber of the Daniel. And then you have to bypass the oil meter. First you open the bypass and then you close the rotron. And now we have to go to the choke manifold to switch the well on the choke manifold to record the final build-up pressure. Okay, now we have to close the upstream valve on the fixed choke recover the final pressure build-up, the operator will stay on the deadweight tester to take the final build-up for 5 minutes. And then the tip-off on the shock manifold, make double barrier, check wind direction, and then bleed off the feed top. Now we have to prepare the line to empty the tank. First thing, we are going to close the inlet valve on the tank, open the outlet valve, close the bypass, close the valve going to the burner. The line going to the production line should be closed, and then the valve going to the burner should be opened. After we set off the valve, now we can start the transfer pump to empty the tank.
Now we have to bypass the separator. First, we open the bypass and close the inlet slowly. The heater open the bypass valve and close the inlet valve. And go to the ESD and pull the ESD into setting the well.
Next, we need to shut the well from the ESD panel, so we will pull this button and check that the actuators will close.
Okay, now we have to bleed off the high pressure on the adjustable. You have to set one quarter on the adjustable and then bleed off the line through the burner.
Now we have finished the job. We are the class Expert 72 of surface well testing. Thank you very much.